I think that's right, actually. I think it's right. You know, if you want to give somebody who's very rich and you know, they're very special to you, give them a bottle of wine, go and buy something for costs an absolute fortune. And like when I'm talking about a fortune, I really do mean an awful lot of money. And they might appreciate that more than a, you know, $40 or €30 bottle. Yeah, it's I've got one thing in my head, actually, folks. What I've got in my head is YouTube. Poutine. Well, now there's a good one. Some of you may not know what poutine. That's how you pronounce that. Poitin. Poutine is a spirit, a bit like I suppose a bit like vodka, really. It used to be completely illegal, and well, people said dangerous. But you could get whiskey. Like when I was a student, get poutine. When I was a student, I got poutine, got a bottle of poutine every now and again. You could probably use it for cleaning pots and pans too, you know, if you. But there's actually now commercially, you know, retail poutine that you can get. You get it in airports, I know that for sure. But I haven't gone looking for it. White Lightning, Mountain Dew. Oh, well, we have a... Ray is... come on now, all those of you who would like to get into your spirit, Ray will give advice. Some of the bottles I like, you know, there are bottles of poutine, and they're good-looking bottles. Some people, the Ascended, some people have a special palate for expert tasting, and they could recognize molecules. We can't. Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I have poor hearing, and there are people in this house who can hear things that I can't hear. And there are people in this house who can smell things I can't smell. I mean, without breaking too many confidences, the two other people who live in this house have, and I didn't say this, have smell a bit like dogs. They could smell anything. You have a bottle of poutine from Mayo in Boston. One shot of it will warm your belly. Yeah. And that's a good thing about the bottle of poutine. And, you know, to a certain extent about other spirits. You just need a little bit. Okay, let me confess that I am now more of a gin man than I am a whiskey man. So let me show you a bottle of some new Irish gin. Now this is very special. Short Cross Gin. It's actually made in Northern Ireland, in County Down in Northern Ireland. But it's green gauges. Actually, it's almost green gauges with well, it's so much green gauges that I can't think of anything else to say. But I am a gin person, and anybody there who likes drinking dry martinis, the stuff that James Bond drinks, you know. That would be one of my favourites, I have to admit. That would keep me, you know, awake and alert for the evening. Right, yeah. Well, we got two different viewpoints. One person not a martini fan, and another person says it's classy. Vodka Martinique. Hal, more a rum person. Hey, this is getting interesting. Do you know that a guy Good. Okay, we won't worry about that. But because you have to type so fast on here to get your words in. There's a guy called Gary Vaynerchuk on social media. Oh, there are so many different rums, aren't there? I don't really know my rums, but I know they come in, if you're a rum drinker, there are as many rums as there are gins. Gary Vaynerchuk, one of his claims, one of his routes to fame, I think I'd call it, routes to fame, was that he took over a liquor and dime store. Not spice, right. Ah, that's why you're not into gin, really, is it? Forgive me if I got that entirely wrong. But Gary Vaynerchuk took to doing wine reviews on his own channel. And he did them so dramatically. He built up a huge, huge following. So he expanded the business which his parents had from liquor and anyway, basically beer. And Gary is awesome. He is. He really is. He's something else. But if anybody here, any of you here don't know who he is, one of the things to do in relation to him is to get to see him doing wine reviews. Now, we could have wine reviewing on Periscope. That's my point. We could have gin reviews on Periscope. We could have whiskey reviews, and those of you who are into vodka, have vodka reviews. Does any of you, welcome back, Moonsinger. Welcome back, Moonsinger 13. But we're talking about the possibility of doing reviews of drinks live on Periscope. I haven't come across anybody doing it. I took to doing poetry as a result of seeing people doing piano and people doing guitar. I like the way the hearts come out of the glass. Oh, that's very nice. Oh, I like that. What about the age issue? Ah, that's a good point. Now, I'm waving wine around. And, so I guess some states in the United States still are you have to be 21 to drink wine. So if you have to be 21 to drink wine, it's 18 to drink in Ireland. Yes, it is. Yes. Well, it's 18 to drink wine in a pub. And it's 18 to buy wine. It isn't 18 for you to give and I don't do it, but like they do in France, give their children a little wine with water from an early age. Well, whiskey, drink reviews. I reckon there'll be a really good following for that, A good point, Ray. I haven't looked at, have any of you looked at, how often do I drink? I certainly don't drink on a regular basis. When did I last have a drink? I think I had a pint last weekend. MSCINDC, welcome. And I'm having, oh yes, of course, I'm having a drink right now. This, by the way, just for those of you who weren't here for the poetry earlier on, I will do more tomorrow. I promise. That's good spacing. Yeah. I'm very disapproving, I suppose you'd say, of the reputation and the image that Ireland has for people drinking too much. I don't like it. I don't like the extent to which Guinness is the best known. Well, Guinness I used to think was the best known Irish brand, but I think Irish Mist, not Irish Mist, another Irish drink anyway, is the number one Irish brand. And the stereotype the Irish get is horrible, it really is. But in comparison with the Italians, we're awfully crude with our alcohol. I mean, the Italians are the perfect model as far as I can see. Yes, I take it that they're wrong and they're overrated, but there's something behind it. There are, and Ireland has a very high rate of alcoholism and a high rate of cirrhosis of the liver. Anyway, look, this isn't a little drop of wine never did anybody a harm. And I'm going to stop soon. But look, thank you so much for being here. Anything anyone would like to chip in before stopping? Oh, let me put my regular plug in, and I mean this sincerely. If you haven't heard of Claire Waddington, maybe in Ireland history, but modern times is upon us. Yeah, it is. Modern times is upon us. Here is the wonderful man who has been, you're following Claire, I would say that, but follow Madzoop. Dale is awesome. Dale has just done about, 20 minutes ago, a live stream from Denver, I'm going to guess, in Colorado. Now that's a guess, Dale, it'll tell you how much I've lodged in the brain. But of these 3 or 4 people, 3 or 4 people who are playing wonderful music, serious music. And what was wonderful about Dale was that he was live streaming it, and you could tell from the way he was using the camera that he knew the music very well. But he also got right up close. These guys were playing in the open air. There were not many people around them. And it was a, unput-downable music session. And it was only when he stopped that I broke off. Hal was there. Hal was there, absolutely. There were only about 4 of us there. But, it just shows that the kind of connections you build up here, that you immediately click on the person. He was showing Periscope to the guitarist. The guitarist was singing, and Scott Johnson. Well, I think you produced a terrific piece of video. And Scott had a world audience. Yes, absolutely. A very distinctive voice, a wicked voice. And he sang in more than one way. He had clipped way of singing and a broader way of singing. He had an almost, this is going to sound bad, he had almost got, catch you later. Yes, will do. Thank you very much. Thanks a million for coming. Let's meet again. Just looking to see. Dale is here. Raymond Gallagher. Oh my goodness, Raymond, thank you so much. That's an awful lot of appreciation. Thanks a million. Another Paul Ramsarin. Hal, wonderful. Miranda, thank you. And there's a person watching on the web. So, brilliant. I'm going to say goodbye to you all. I'm going to thank you ever so much. I'm kind of very sorry to stop, but it's unfair to go on. And thanks a million for your company. And look, I hear Android is coming on stream next week or something, Those Android people, there are an awful lot of them. We better get our chats in and our relationships formed before the Android crowd arrive. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Dale. Bye-bye, Miranda. Thank you very much.